Donald Trump has a work requirement for Medicaid. I'm a little confused about that. There's a work they're going to institute a work requirement for people to get on Medicaid. I'm confused about that because when I was working, I could never get Medicaid when I was working. I'm very confused about that. How are they going to do that? Because when I was working, I didn't qualify for Medicaid when I was working. And then when I quit my job because of my back, I was able to get on back on Medicaid. I was able to get on Medicaid when I quit my job, but when I was working, I didn't qualify for Medicaid because of my income. As it stands right now, Medicaid has income limits, and if you go over the income limit, you don't qualify for Medicaid. I'm not understanding how they're saying that people have to work for their Medicaid where Medicaid has income requirements. So if you don't make if you make over that income amount, you're not going to get the Medicaid anyway. So I don't understand how I just enlighten me in the comment section of how they're going to do that because that's what I'm confused about. Because when I was working, I was never qualified for Medicaid when I was working, and when I was raising my kids, they would give it to my kids, but they wouldn't give it to me. But now they're saying that people are going to have to work for their Medicaid. Okay, how is that going to work when Medicaid has income guidelines? If you're over a certain income bracket, you don't qualify for Medicaid. If you make over a certain amount of money, you're not going to qualify. If they make over a certain, if they go to get a job and they make over a certain amount of money, they're not going to qualify for Medicaid anyway. So they're going to be kicking people off of Medicaid anyways. I don't know. That's what I'm confused about. That's what I was confused about when they were saying that they're going to have a work requirement for Medicaid. Well, educate me, enlighten me in that comment section on that. I'm confused about that. You guys know how they're going to do that? Oh, and another thing I wanted to talk about was the black jobs. Um, what Donald Trump really meant about the black jobs. He's trying to deport as many immigrants as he can out of this country. We all know that immigrants were doing a lot of the immigrants were doing jobs that nobody else would do, as working as farm hands and um, jobs like that. He figured if he deport the immigrants, he was figuring that black people would take over those jobs of working as farm hands and all that. That's what Donald Trump meant by black jobs. He figured once he gets the immigrants out of here, then black people will take over. That man is racist as all get out. But that's what Donald Trump meant by black jobs. When he first said it, see, Donald Trump talks in code. Donald Trump talks in code. And so when he first said it, I'm like, okay, what does he mean by black jobs? What does he mean? But that's what Donald Trump meant by black jobs. He figured once he get the immigrants out of here, black people will. They trying to get black people to take over the immigrants' jobs because he considers those black jobs. Tell me again how Donald Trump is not a racist. Okay, hit me, enlighten me in that comment section. I'll see you guys later.